You guys, I got so much new makeup. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is going to be a full face on the new Ulta Beauty makeup collection. They've had makeup for a long time, but they recently rebranded and reformulated some of their products, as well as came out with some brand new products. If you guys are interested to see my opinion on the new Ulta Beauty rebrand, then keep on watching. I noticed that in their little skincare section, they have new eye gels, like gold eye gels, and these are usually very, very expensive. So not by them necessarily, but just like other brands. So I got some because if I end up liking these and they don't make a makeup pill, I'm going to add these to my professional kit. So we're just going to put these on. Those feel so good. They feel delightful. Since I'm putting these on, I am going to do my brows first. I don't know if they're really going to do a whole lot, but they feel nice on the skin. We are going to start with the brows. So they actually have a lot of options for brows. They have a really fine tip micro pencil. They have like the defining filler pencil that has more of like a triangle shape. They have their brow powder duo. They have a shaping wax. They have a laminating gel. They have a brow pomade, and they have the extreme hold brow wax. So I have tried this one and I like it. It's fine. I do like the way it holds my brows. It takes a long time to dry. So, it's not my favorite. I also own this already. I bought this a long time ago in the shade medium brown, but it is sometimes a little too dark for me. And when they repackaged, they also came out with a new shade in soft brown. And I bought this one because I think this will be a better shade. So I think today, though, is what I'm going to do is do something different than I normally do with my brows. I haven't used a pomade in forever, and I wanted to try their wax. Now, I don't like the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow freeze or whatever, but this is stickier and not as goopy, so we'll see. So that's what we're gonna do. So when I use a product like this, and I did not pick up a brow pencil, they do have one. They have one that has a brow pencil on one side, a spoolie on the other, and I'm sure it works fantastic. It's kind of hard to mess these up. So I'm going to dip into the product here with my spoolie, and whenever I use a product like this, I always do it first. That actually laid my brows down really nicely. Okay, so far so good. It's actually drying pretty quickly, which I love that. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to do some brow pomade. Now, this particular brow pencil I'm using is like a little bit big. The one that they had was like a lot finer. I'm actually going to take the eyeliner pencil because it's a little bit more narrow, and I'm going to use this. I'm just going to use a little. Okay, it's not too terribly creamy. I'm just going to do it on the back of my hand. Okay, that actually is really nice because that means I could really go in there. All right. Okay, all right. Okay, I like this because pomades in the past have been like extremely thick and so pigmented that they're so hard to look natural. I'm just filling in the spaces that I need to get it to be very even. And I usually always do a little bit on the bottom edge of my brow too. Probably should have let that brow wax dry completely first, but okay. Okay, that looks really good, actually. I actually really like this pomade. Okay, and the wax. We are off to a good start. Okay, now I'm going to do my eyes, I guess, so I can keep these on a little longer. I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer that I got. I got the shade Light Neutral. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm not going to use an Ulta brush for this. I'm just going to use a flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to clean up under the brow. I'm also going to put a little bit of this on my eyelid. Like an eyeshadow primer. I'm going to take these off. It's been almost 8 minutes. I'm going to push in the rest of the serum. Actually, my under eyes look really glowy, and I really feel like the lines under my eyes look good too. Okay, I'm impressed so far. The old packaging, I don't know if they've reformulated anything. I'll kind of see, because some of the products I've used before, I'm putting a little bit of Vaseline lip balm on my under eyes. This is a Scott Barnes trick. He mainly does this for more mature skin tones, or not skin tones. He usually uses this for like more mature skin types, but I've actually really been enjoying it for like the fine lines and the lasting power under my under eye. Let's go ahead and finish the eyes. So they had a bunch of different things for eyes. They had liquid eyeshadow, they had like potted glitter shadows, they had single shadows, they had like sparkly like cream shadows, they had eyeshadow sticks. So their eyeshadow palettes look really pretty, but I just wanted something a little bit more unique because they kind of look like palettes I already have. And so I got 3 single shadows, and then I got an eyeshadow stick to highlight the inner corner. And then I also did get one of their brown, I got their eyeliner in the shade matte brown. So we're going to create an eyeshadow look with these products. I'm just taking the packaging off. I actually opened everything so I wouldn't have to do this on camera, but I forgot to do these little guys. Okay, so I got like a dark purpley brown, got a really pretty, almost like green reflect taupe sparkly shadow, and then I also got like this taupe shade. So we're gonna start with that, and once again, I'm just gonna use the brushes I already had. I only bought brushes. I did buy a couple, but I only bought brushes that I feel like I didn't have in my collection that were kind of unique, because I feel like if those are good, then I know they're all good. So you can always just go buy them. Okay, so I'm gonna take this shade, and I'm going to kind of just buff it all over my crease. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now I'm going to take that glitter shadow. And this is, oh, sorry, let me tell you what colors these are. This was in the shade Mushroom. This was in the shade Mushroom. This is in the shade Ingredients. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So I'm just like going to take it on my finger. Oh yes, this is beautiful. And those 2 shades go together really well. Okay, I absolutely love this. The only thing I have found with the old Ulta eyeshadows that I had used is they didn't last very long. So we'll kind of see how long these last, and I'll put an update in the comments for you guys and kind of give you an idea of how long they'll wear. Okay, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Coffee Bean, and this is a dark like purpley brown, and I'm actually going to use this for my eyeliner. Same thing, I'm going to take a brush I already have. Okay, yeah, that looks amazing. Very pigmented, soft, easy to blend. That's one layer, so I'd probably go over top of it with the second layer closest to the lash line. Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. Really like those eyeshadows. Like I mentioned, I'll update you guys in the comments, let you know how they wear, but so far, so good. Okay, let's do some complexion. So for complexion, like I mentioned, I did get the tinted moisturizer, and I got it in the shade medium. It seemed like actually pretty good, like medium olive shade. So I'm going to put it directly on my skin like so. That seems like a lot, so I'm gonna see. Now this is one of the brushes I got. This is the 104 tapered foundation because it reminds me of that Nikki LaRose collab with BK Beauty that has like the cream on one side and then the other side is powder. This is a very similar shape, and so I wanted to try this out. I'm just gonna kind of brush this on. I'm just going to brush it to smooth it around, and then I will start tapping it. I would say this is a light coverage. It's not super sheer. You guys can see the difference between the sides. I mean, obviously it's a different color. I can see pretty much everything through it, but it does even out the skin tone really nicely. Really hydrated. This is the perfect color. It actually in person matches perfectly. In camera, it looks a little off color, but in person it matches me perfectly. This brush is nice. I don't know how this brush will do with like a full coverage foundation, but it is beautiful with this particular product. Okay, that looks nice. very glowy. This makes me nervous with oily skin, but it does look very nice. This is the waterproof, let's see. This is the Complexion Crush Full Coverage Waterproof Concealer. And I got the shade Light Neutral, like I mentioned before. Now I'm going to put this directly onto the face, and I'm going to use a little bit more than I normally do so that I can really amp up the coverage a little bit. Because while I do like a super natural complexion product like that, I personally wear a little bit more coverage on a daily basis for no other reason than I just like a more full glam look. I'm going to use this brush and see how it goes. I feel like it might be shearing this concealer out a little bit. Okay, I do not like it for this step. So I'm going to get a concealer brush. I will also link the Ulta brushes that would be similar to the ones that I'm using. I like this concealer a lot, but I do own it from in their old packaging. It is not this creamy and skin-like. It's a little bit more dry. This is supposed to be like their Tarte Shape Tape dupe or whatever. I don't know if I'd say it's full coverage. It's definitely medium coverage. I would say that the concealer is reformulated. And I would say I do like it better. I'll put a little bit more on my chin and go in and do this side. Perfect. Now we're going to do cream bronzer and cream blush. So I did, they had a couple options. I have owned these for a while. They have this one, and then they have a lighter trio, like a lighter shade. I love these. I recommend these to so many people, but I quit recommending them because they were all sold out, but they did come back with them. They are in the same packaging from what I can tell, but they do have these. So they also have bronzer sticks and cream blushes, and they also have contour sticks. They all looked good, but I already know that I love these, so I wanted to include them since they are back in stock. So you get a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer, and they're all creams. Now I am going to use this brush for this step as well. I just love this. It's creamy, it's easy to use. I definitely don't think it's very inclusive. I think that if you are tan to dark, I think you'll be able to use this. If you're any darker than that, I don't think this is going to work for you. The blush and the highlighter would for sure, but not the bronzer, unfortunately, which is kind of a shame. But I will say their bronzer shade ranges are kind of pitiful. That's really the only thing that I noticed that I wasn't too happy with. I also think that the tinted moisture on it is kind of like shearing out everything I use it, because it's kind of patching right here, and this doesn't normally do that. I think that, and I don't even think it's a brush. I think it is that the tinted moisturizer is still on it. So I would recommend, if you're going to get this brush, to use it for one or the other. I'm going to use the blush, the really pretty berry tone. It's a little bit better now that it's mostly off of there, but beautiful. We're going to set everything with powder. They did have a hyaluronic acid setting powder, but they did not have any. So I don't think it's sold out. I think there were a couple items that they had, but they didn't stock yet. Whatever. So they had a finishing powder. I really liked that, but I don't use a lot of finishing powder, so I may go back and grab that. But this was the Velvet Veil Mineral Setting Powder. They also have Mineral Powder Foundation, but this is the setting powder. So there's only one shade from what I noticed. So do what you will with that information. I'm actually going to use this brush. So this is the 146 bronzer brush, and I do plan to use it for bronzer, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it for the setting powder. I'm going to be really careful because the products I have on my skin are so hydrating that they might pick up a little bit with powder and a brush. Okay, that looks good. Wow, this powder is actually really pretty. Makes me nervous that it's like a mineral powder, because I haven't had much luck with anything that says mineral sunscreen, mineral powders, mineral anything. So I don't know how that's going to go, but it looks really nice right now. They did have powder puffs, but I have a whole bunch and I thought it was silly to get some, but I will link them. And I did look at them, I did touch them, and I think they will be great. So, okay, so far this powder is actually really nice. I don't know how it's going to wear, but like I said, I will update you guys in the comments how it did throughout the day. Just being very gentle, and it's actually working really good, and it's not picking up any product. It might have picked up the blush a little bit, but I'm telling you, next time if I use a different brush than I did for the tinted moisturizer, I think it will be fine. Okay, I'm gonna just take the one from Amazon that I have, and I'm gonna do a little extra on the under eyes. Yeah, that actually looks really nice. And there's really not any color to it. It obviously is a little bit tinted, kind of like just like a lighter skin tone shade, but it doesn't have any color going on the skin, I don't think. So, okay, now we're going to do powder blush and powder bronzer. I did pick them up. These actually, I love these. I have tried some of their other blushes and I do like them, but they had more shades and they were very, very pretty, and they really reminded me of the Makeup by Mario powder blushes. So that's saying something. I might do like a side-by-side dupe and see if they are a dupe for them. I got the shade Cotton Candy in the blush, and I'm actually just going to use this brush for it. Ooh, they're very powdery. Good pigmentation, not crazy pigmented. They're not like going on super heavy. I'm putting quite a bit on my brush. Okay, I like that. That's pretty. Simple, easy to use, pretty color payoff. It's actually, this color is quite a bit brighter on the skin than I expected it to be. Okay, now we're going to do powder bronzer. I got the shade, here's the deal. I got the shade Medium Deep. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid this is not even a medium shade. These are the only two colors they had. They had this one, and then they had a lighter one, which these are beautiful for lighter skin tones, but I'm sorry, but if you are any more tan than me, this is not going to work. We're going to use it, and I'm sure, okay, I love this for bronzer. I'm sure that I will like it. I do like it, but I really don't like that those are the only two shades that they have. So maybe if they sell well and people like them, they'll come out with more shades, but still kind of unfortunate because not everyone's going to get to try them. They also had like a baked bronzer in just one singular shade. And I also owned that from them in their old packaging, and I did like that. But I'm not going to buy it because I'm going to use my older one up because it looked and felt and swatched exactly the same. Okay, oh shoot, I forgot to get a highlighter. I'm going to take this mushroom shade, correct? Yes. And I'm going to take the 160 Precision Crease Brush, and I'm actually just going to use this to buff this on my lower lash line, which you can't really see a whole lot, but I'm going to use this brown eyeliner, and I'm actually just going to put it in my waterline, like so. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to wipe that off, and I don't know what happened, but something got on my contact, and I couldn't see anything, but it was irritating my eyes. And I'm going to smudge it out. Ooh, I love it. Okay, now I'm going to take the eye crayon, I believe it's called. Cream eyeshadow stick. Sorry. This is in the shade In a Nutshell. When I was opening it, I broke the tip off, so it does come with more of like a crayon tip, but it'll still work. Oh, wow, that is pigmented. Beautiful, beautiful inner corner highlight. I love this. Okay, now we're going to do mascara. I'm going to curl my lashes real quick. This is my favorite eyelash curler. You can get it for $25 from Ulta. It's from Eyeshadow. They did have a eyelash curler, but I did not buy it because I love this one. And I've never tried one ever that is better. So not that, like, I don't have faith in the Ulta Beauty line, but, like, no one makes a better eyelash curler. So I discovered this mascara a couple months ago. This is the Ulta Beauty Lash Flash Tubing Mascara, and I really, really liked it, but they discontinued it, or so I thought, and I was really hoping that they would bring it back with their new rebrand, and they did. So it's in new packaging. So we're going to use this. The wand is exactly the same. This is what we're going to use for mascara. It's a very, very wet formula, so it goes on super thin on the lashes. I don't know if it really gives, I mean, it gives a little length, it gives some curl, but it is a beautiful mascara. It's very waterproof, and at the end of the day, when you're ready to take it off, it comes off just like a tubing mascara. You get your lashes wet with warm water, and it just all slides off with one swipe. It's amazing. I've never tried to get it off with just like my oil cleanser or makeup remover, because I know it's a tubing mascara, and I know it comes off really easy with warm water, so I'll just get my lashes warmed up and wet, and then it slides right off. Last thing we have are lips. Now, of course, they had so many different lip options. I picked the two that I liked the color of and I thought were the most unique. So first and foremost, lip liner. This is their, I think they only had one kind of lip liner. This is their automatic lip liner, and this is in the shade beige. It's a beautiful, beautiful nude color, and I swatched it in store, and it stayed on the back of my hand all day long. So I was actually really impressed by that. This is a true nude. My skin tone, it doesn't show up a whole lot, but it does give me that outline. It looks a little warm on my skin, but not by much. It's not super creamy. It's not really dry. Like you have to put a couple layers on, I feel like, which is fine. I don't like it when they get too thick. Now, I do have a couple different lip products from the Ulta Beauty line that I do really like. They have a lip lacquer, like a high shine liquid lipstick, and I really, really, really love that. But they didn't have them on the shelf for their new packaging yet, so I didn't get that. They actually, not a lot of their lip products were out yet, and I have a liquid lipstick by them that I really like. They had some lip oils. They have like a lip stain that I really like, but I already own those products, so I didn't really want to repurchase them because they looked exactly the same. In fact, they had some of them there in their old packaging anyway, but these looked interesting. So this is the Ulta Beauty, obviously I keep saying that, gloss stick, and this is in the shade Oh Snap. So this is, when I swatched it, I got the impression that this was kind of like a juicy lip type of thing. Like it's a very glossy, but it's in more of a stick form. So this is what I decided to try. Okay, this actually has more pigmentation than I expected. This is gloss stick. Okay, first of all, I love the color. This lip combo needs its own reel on my Instagram. Okay, I love that. I love this. This is not a Tarte Juicy Lips. And I would not say that this is a gloss. This is like a really pretty, not even shiny, but like satin finish lipstick. But it's very thin, like a gloss, but it goes on with the pigmentation of a lipstick. Love. Love. Okay, I'm going to get close up so you guys can see. My skin looks like skin. It's kind of matte right now because of the powder. I feel like after a couple hours, once my natural oils come through, you're really, really going to be able to tell. Like, it's going to look even more like skin. But I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like this looks so good. I am obsessed with the brows. I don't know. Okay, let's think about this. I was going to say I think that's my favorite, but I was like, I don't know though. I loved everything. The things that were standouts to me are the lips. I really like the eyeshadow. I really like the brows. And I really like this concealer. Even though I have it, I definitely think it's reformulated because this is a lot more skin-like. I really like it all. I love it all. I highly recommend this. And the thing is with the Ulta Beauty line is it is more affordable. It's closer to drugstore pricing. Some of their stuff is kind of expensive, but they put it on sale all the time. So it's like buy one, get one half, buy two, get one free. And it's to everything in the line. So when they have a sale, it definitely becomes more drugstore pricing. So I highly recommend everything that I have on my face. I will keep you guys updated in the comments of how it wears. But yes, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. If you want to be friends, follow me on Instagram. I just feel like this makeup is like slaying the day right now. Bye.